Hey, what's up? It's Jill, and it is Bell Let's Talk Day. So that means for every time you use the hashtag Bell Let's Talk on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I don't even know what other social medias there is. Whatever social media, there will be 5 cents donated to mental health initiatives on behalf of Bell. So that's super exciting because it's all surrounded on trying to end the stigma around mental illness and getting the conversation going so it's less of a faux pas. So I thought I would start by telling you my story. I know in a previous video I had mentioned that I have social anxiety. It has since been moved to generalized anxiety disorder. And so that started for me about 3 years ago. It was another year after that before I was on medication. And even being on medication, it's still a really hard thing to wrap your brain around. It wasn't until I met Kaylee Reed from Wear Your Label that I finally started to accept it, that it's just something that's part of me. And probably about this past November, I finally found something that works for me. And that was super exciting, and it's really a blessing that I still have bad days, but things are better. And I've been blessed that my journey has been fairly short in comparison to a lot of other people's. But I think that's why it's important that no matter how big or small your feelings are, they're valid. But the biggest thing that I've learned in these past few years as I've become more involved with mental health initiatives is that everybody is different. In every way, shape, and form, especially when it comes to mental illness. What triggers somebody might not trigger somebody else. Even if they have the same mental illness, they might not be on the same medication, or it may not work for one person. Maybe medication isn't even a thing for them. Maybe they do therapy, maybe they go to a psychiatrist. Whatever works for one person may not work for another one. And I guess the most important thing is that you can't be judgmental or assume that one thing will work for one person when it might not work. So I think it's super, super important is that it's a lot of trial and error because you're dealing with your brain. It's not the same for everybody. We all have different genetics. We all have different, I don't know, our brains are different. They don't function the same in every way, shape, and form. So when it comes to an illness in your brain, you gotta figure it out what works best for you, and what makes best for you might not work best for the next person. So I think that's always important, just to be sensitive to that and just keep talking. You'll get there.